it's Lily here from Shine Bright Diamonds 2023, and I'm coming to you today with another one of my weekly WIP'n chats. So, if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am so happy that you have found my little corner here on YouTube. And of course, those of you that are returning, welcome back. Now, if this is your first time tuning into a WIP'n chat, WIP stands for Work in Progress, and chat is where I chat to you about what's been going on in my world. So feel free to pull out a project and work alongside me or treat this as a podcast, whatever floats your boat. So let's get into it because it is officially Monday, January 19th, and I am kicking the week off by starting on the final row of Autumn Sunset by Joanna Gerard. So, a little bit about this kit here. This is it. It's an absolute stunner. Started on September 1st, 2025, as it was supposed to be sort of like my fall kit. Um, However, I dealt with some burnout because it's been super confetti heavy. But I told myself that before I start another project, I need to finish the current whips that I have already kitted up. And this is one of three. The other two is one's a giant mystery kit from Diamond Art Club, and the other one is Claire and the Nutcracker by Miss Holly from Diamond Art Club. But I think once I finish this kit, I'm actually going to just kit up something else because I need a change. So, anyway, we'll figure it out as I get closer to the end of this kit. But before I get into everything, I'll go over my supplies here. So the tray I'm using is this cute cupcake unicorn tray from Creations Moran. Um, the pen I'm using is this gorgeous cherry blossom pen from Butterfly Effect Wares. My putty is coming from J&L Crafty Creations. Release papers are coming from Bee's Crafty Corner, and they are cat sushi. And my little cover minder is super cool. It's my Stitch cover minder. I got it from Realizations Eric Eckeren. So started using a little bit of everything from all the shops. But this is the section here that I'm working on. So yeah, I'll see how far I get with it. I was working on it a little bit this morning before I went to work, so I still have drills in my tray, but I will add to that. But yeah, so let's get into it. So, how are you? What is new? I know since my last video, there are quite a number of new people that have found my channel. So if you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I honestly just want to say thank you for your support. A little bit about this channel. It's pretty much just diamond painting. And it is not an aesthetically pleasing channel. I'm going to be brutally honest. Pretty much, I'm just here to have fun and to relax and enjoy the craft. This is not a channel. If you're looking for, something perfect, honestly, I'm just here to live life. But anyway, if you're new here, welcome. I hope that you decide to stay and hang out. But yeah, so for me, what is new? That's a good question. It's been wild. So I guess we'll start with last week. Um, okay. So last Wednesday, I had my first dance class back after my month-long hiatus. And it was honestly such a thrill to just be back in the studio. I didn't realize how much I had missed dance. So that was really nice to be back. And the thing is with dance, so I'm used to doing 3 hours a week in the studio plus practicing at home. I decided for this term to just do one 90-minute class a week simply because work has been bonkers. Um, and I just needed to give my body a rest. So my 90-minute dance class was such a thrill. I won't lie. I do wish I signed up for 2 classes a week again, but I told myself, you know what? It is winter. I don't like leaving my apartment in the winter. So come spring and summer, I'll hopefully be back to my 2 classes a week. Now, the crazy part about everything was on Wednesday, the forecast here in Ontario. So again, if you're new here, I live in Canada, and it is the dead of winter right now in Ontario. And the forecast on Wednesday was not really like calling for a lot of snow. And then all of a sudden, it became you can expect anywhere from 20 to 40 centimeters of snow. And I'm like, pardon me. So I went to dance class, and, you know, it was, you know, not that late at night. Like I left my place at, what was it, like around 6:15 to get to the studio and whatnot. And I need to get gas on my way. So, I swung into the gas station. There was like no snow. And then all of a sudden, as I'm driving to dance, it becomes like this like heavy duty blizzard situation. I get parked for dance. It's like not snowing anymore. And I'm like, okay, like maybe it's like supposed to be just like snow squalls. Oh no, no, no. When I got out of dance, my car was encrusted in ice. So clearly, some point during the dance class, it was either ice pellets or freezing rain. I don't know. And then Thursday, I wake up, and because I'm in an apartment building, my car is parked outside. I can see my car from my like patio door. I look outside Thursday morning at 5, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh. Like this is like a legitimate snowstorm. Like I did not see this coming." Maybe they weren't lying about this whole, 20 to 40 centimeters of snow. So I'm like watching the news, and I'm like, okay, like there's no way buses are going to be running. So again, if you're new here, I'm also a teacher. So I was like, no, it has to be a snow day. Well, long story short, they ended up closing the schools. Obviously, the buses weren't running. It was a full system closure. So Thursday ended up being an actual snow day for me, which was exciting. It did sort of suck because I did have to go outside, and I tend to shovel the area around my car. And I, cleaned off my car and stuff. But I was like, I mean, it was just like a little bit of time outside, I wasn't out there the whole day. But I was like, oh my gosh, like that never happens in my part of Ontario. Typically, like in like northern part of Ontario, very common. But in my part of Ontario, not quite common. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is like an actual snow day. Like, this is exciting. So my snow day is pretty much how I managed to get done so much of this diamond painting. It was also a day of just rest. I was cozy at home. I like chilled, watched some TV. It was a very nice day, I won't lie. It was definitely a gift because, like I said, my job is bonkers sometimes. So it was really nice. And then, of course, I had to go back to work on Friday, which it is what it is. But Friday, when I came home, I ended up doing groceries and laundry because this past weekend I actually went up and visited with my parents. So that was really nice. It was good to see them. I came back Sunday late afternoon. Sunday, yeah. Well, I came back Sunday, but I think I came back late afternoon. Um, Hence why I'm filming a WIP'n chat on Monday. But the weekend with my parents was nice. It was very relaxed. I was able to watch Predator Badlands with my dad. Both of us love sci fi action type movies. So that was really nice. And then my mom and I were able to spend some time together, just us girls. And then Sunday, I ended up going to church. It was sort of funny because on Sunday, I went to the church that, was my parish growing up as a kid. So it was sort of like a weird throwback because I live about an hour away from my family. So obviously, I've joined a church in my community. So it was nice going back to the church that, you know, I had all of my sacraments in. But at the same time, I was like, I don't really know anyone anymore, you know? So, I mean, it is what it is. But it was nice. So Sunday I went to church still, and then Um, Obviously, spent more time with my family, and then I came back home. And instead of like resting Sunday afternoon, I spent my Sunday deep cleaning the apartment further. I had to deep clean my bathroom because I just needed it cleaned. I started organizing in my pantry, my fridge, like it was a whole thing. And then, of course, I got to do a video chat with my brother and his fiance, which was lovely. Always a good time. But yeah, so that was my weekend. It was a lot more on the social side. So today, when I went to work, I was a little bit more on the drain side because I'm like a funny person. I can be an extrovert when I'm around people that I know, but at the same time, my social battery dies really quickly. And I'm the type of person where if I've had, social event or been around people for like, a while, I need my alone time. I'm very so much like the classic. I like to be home. I like to be cozy. I like to, just enjoy my quiet introvert life. I'm definitely a homebody big time. Um, which I mean, it's fine, but it was a lot because every Sunday evening I video call with my best friend and we watch 90 Day Fiance together. And on top of me just having a busy weekend of, visiting with my parents and then doing, a weekly check in with my brother and then the video call with my friend, I was like, I've had a really social weekend, which I'm proud of myself for. Um, because most of the time I'm just like, I'll have like something planned like one of the 2 days of my weekend, and then I purposely ensure that either the Saturday or the Sunday is a hermit day where I'm like, I'm not leaving. So I was pretty proud of myself. But 90 Day Fiance, it's every Sunday, it's a 2 hour episode. So it starts at 8 p.m. and finishes at 10 p.m. And normally, my best friend and we don't stay on the video call for the full 2 hours because I get up for work really early. So I always like peace out on her at around like 9. But for whatever reason, Sunday, I stayed on this video call to almost 10. And then after the video call, my my other friend, he wanted to call. So I was like, okay, yeah, no problem. But then by the time I got off of that video call, it was like almost 10:30. And like I normally go to bed, like I'm normally in bed starting to fall asleep somewhere between 9:30 and 10. So today was rough. I was very tired, but I survived. I mean, it is what it is. Um but yeah, so that was my weekend. It was pretty eventful, but really nice. Really, really nice. Now, in terms of the crafting news, because I feel like I need to get into the crafting stuff, there's been quite a lot of developments. So, first of all, I was very good at not purchasing any crafting supplies um, this past weekend. So, I didn't purchase anything, which is good because I'm trying to work through my stash. However, on Amazon, the like storage shelving that I like, um, during Black Friday, I was able to pick up one unit because they're really expensive. So I realized I needed a second unit. So I think it was Thursday or Friday of last week. Because what I do is I put things in my Amazon cart and then I wait for them to go on sale. And then when they're on sale, I'm like, yep, now's the time. So I had been waiting for a second, like the identical shelving unit system to go on sale. And it finally did. So Thursday I ordered it, or Friday, I can't remember. But I'm so excited to set this thing up because it means that my crafting spare room is officially done in terms of furniture. So I'm excited. It did come today. Amazon delivered it at around 7. So I have not set it up yet. That's going to be a tomorrow when I get home from work project. But I'm just super duper excited for this. Simply because my crafting supplies and accessories are sort of all over the place. And I've just been slowly, what's the word? Slowly getting organized. I say slowly because everything's super expensive, but I am like finally going to have the craft room organized and I am so excited. Because unfortunately right now, like in the craft room, it's also the spare bedroom and the pull-out bed is right now being used as a storage unit for things. I still have things on the floor. I've got like a half used, broken, old shelf situation going on, like bookshelf. So I'm excited. So it finally came today, and I will be, like I said, tomorrow setting it up. So that's going to be amazing. That was sort of like my big purchase because those things, in my opinion, are very expensive. But yeah, so I'm super excited. I'm also really proud. Like I said, I did not buy anything. Um, this past week, though, Lumina by Margaret Morales did come in. So I was able to pick that one up on a restock. So it did arrive. It is beautiful. Unfortunately, I will not be working on that one anytime soon because I have to start thinking about the project I want to work on for um the Lunar New Year DP along that Mink Arts and Crafts hosts. Um that's always like a super fun event. So I'm thinking because I have a feeling this kit's going to be done this week, and then I'm going to have the last week of January. So I think the last week of January, I will get my kit organized for the event because that event starts on February 1st. And in the meantime, just work on one of the other whips that I have kitted up and make some progress on that. Um, Rather than just starting a whole new kit right off the bat. But yeah, so I think I'm doing pretty good with my whips. Um, this past week, I also have been hardcore into the reading. So last week, I had mentioned I was reading the book Dreadful by Caitlin Rezol Ix Rezolkis. I can't remember the last name. But essentially, it's a cozy fantasy. The premise is that a man wakes up and he doesn't know who he is, where he is. He doesn't know why he's dressed up as an evil wizard or why there's a princess trapped in his dungeon and why the castle has like little goblins running around and they listen to everything he says. Um, but then he realizes, hey, I am the evil wizard, but he's trying to figure out like why is he evil? How did he become evil? What's the evil plan? Like what is going on? And honestly, it is such a good book. I am enjoying it a lot. I'm reading it for my book club and I did borrow it from the library. The book is due this coming Saturday, so January 21st. Yes? No, January 24th is the Saturday. I finally have a calendar in front of me in the craft room. Yay. Um, but yes, so it's due this coming Saturday. I'm almost done the book. I won't lie. It's been a wild ride. It's been a while since I've read a book that has me like really into it. Um, it's been a while. Especially a book that is not like a dark romance slash smut type book. So this book, it's a cozy fantasy. There's no like it's a very PG book. I mean, there is some violence, but it's not like, those epic fantasies that have major, battle scenes and things like that. Um, but yes, so that's what I've been reading. And then on the weekend, my library hold came in for Heated Rivalry. Who's I don't even remember. I really need to start writing down the author when I film. I feel like it's an ongoing thing. But anyway, Heated Rivalry, the premise is it's about two hockey players in the NHL that are essentially on the ice. They're rivals because they're on rival teams, but behind closed doors, they're like in a romantic relationship. And the book, it's first of all, it's a Canadian book, which is super exciting. And second of all, I keep hearing about the TV series, but I was like, you know what? I want to read the book before I watch the TV series. And my other friend has been bugging me. She's been like, you need to read, or sorry, she watched the TV series and she's like, you need to watch the TV series. But then my other friend is like, hey, I'm waiting to read this book because we all like use the library. So anyway, my hold came in. I decided to borrow it as an audiobook because that would have come in quicker than trying to get the ebook. Okay, I started that book this morning on my drive into work. That book is extremely spicy. I did not expect it to just, go straight into the spice. Like I knew it was a romance book. Um And like most romance books, ease their way into the spice. This one just went for it. And I'm listening to it at like 6:50 in the morning driving to work and I'm like, "Oh my goodness, what is happening right now?" Um I mean, it's a very good book. Just say also very adult. So if you are under 18, check with your parents. But it's a lot and it's so good. So I obviously was listening to it on my drive home. Um, I've made a lot of progress in said book. And now I'm like, I want to watch the TV series. Like, as soon as I'm done this book, I'm like, I feel like I need to watch this TV series because I need to like compare now. And also because the book has just so much spicy scenes in it, I'm like, how is this going to be a TV series? Like, is it going to be as like, you know, graphic as how some of these spicy scenes are being depicted in the novel? Like, I don't know. I'm like, what is happening? So anyway, I'm officially on the heated rivalry train. Um, yeah, you can probably like hear my voice. And you're like, what is happening? But yeah, so those are the two books that I'm like reading hardcore. Shocker, Deep End by Ali Hazelwood is still off to the side. I ended up requesting it as an audiobook. That way then just to listen to it, I kind of figured maybe I would enjoy it as an audiobook instead of trying to read like the physical paperback. So I have requested the audiobook from my library, waiting for that to come in, but it's not a long wait for it. I think it's only like a week or so, so I imagine it'll come in sometime this week. Um, but yeah, I kind of figured I'll just listen to it as an audiobook and finish it for once and for all. But yes, so that's what I've been up to. I have not been reading that crazy dark romance book with the fairies and the people that look like people, but then they can shift into dragons. Yeah. I feel like that's going to be like pure smut. Like there's something about that combination of fairies and then dragon shifters that plus it's on Kindle Unlimited. I feel like anytime I borrow something off Kindle Unlimited, it's always, and especially when I think it's not going to be smutty and then it just is full blown like what is happening. But yes, so that book is on hold right now because one, it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I have access to it for however long I need. It's not a library book where I need to return it right away. But yes, so that's been my reading journey. It's been a little bit on the chaotic side, but it's been good. TV show wise, I have been still watching Below Deck Mediterranean. I've been back into watching the 911 TV show, and that's it. It's the same thing. And of course, my 90 Day Fiance. It really hasn't changed. My dad was telling me that he started watching the Copenhagen test? He says like some spy show on, I can't remember what he said it was on. But I was like, okay, that sounded interesting. Maybe I will watch that next. Who knows? Um, but yes, so TV wise, not a lot going on. To be honest, I've mostly been diamond painting and been reading all the books possible. Just all the books. I actually need to grab a new color. This is exciting. Making progress. Um, but yeah, so that's sort of been what I've been up to the past week. Um, okay. So then, in other news, this coming Thursday, my friend and I are planning to go and see the newest Avatar movie, Fire and Ash. I think that's what it's called. I'm not too sure. So I have been slowly making my way through the first Avatar movie because they're really long movies. So I started watching the first Avatar movie yesterday evening before I hopped on the video call with my friend. Um, so I'm hoping probably when I'm done this filming my WIP'n chat, because I still have energy, I'll probably put on Avatar again and just continue watching it until I'm ready for bed. Um, because hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to start Avatar The Way of Water. Because on Thursday, my friend and I are going to see the third Avatar movie in theaters. And I'm like excited to see it because my brother saw it. He said it was really good. Um, and my friend really wants to see it in theaters. So I was like, okay, sure, I'll go with you. Um, but I'm like, I feel like I need a refresher. Unless I just don't watch the first Avatar movie, like finish it, maybe I'll just start with the second one. Actually, no. Maybe I'll just stop watching the first one, start the second one. I don't know. All I know is that the third Avatar movie, my brother said it was really good. But he also said it's a long movie. So, yes, it will be interesting. But I'm excited because like I said, I really don't leave my house unless it's for work, groceries, or seeing friends. Other than that, I like to just stay home. It sounds so bad when I say it out loud, but hey, it is what it is. But yes, so that's what's happening to me on Thursday. I'm super excited. So obviously my TV things I've been watching is sort of a little more interesting, I guess. Honestly, it's the same thing every week. Reality TV or 911. That's it. Um, Now, in terms of other things happening this week, I'm super excited for the YouTube video that's coming out on Thursday because it is the most anticipated kits of 2026 that I want to work on. And I think there were like 7 or 8 kits. I originally only wanted to pull out 5 kits and try and make it like, a reasonable number. But then, as I was going through my stash, I was like, no, I want to do this one and this one and this one. But then I realized as I was like pulling them out that they're not overly big kits. And one of the kits that I pulled out, I feel like it's most likely going to be the one I'm going to work on for the Lunar New Year DP event because I have a lot of special drills and I really want to like bling up that kit. The kit I'm thinking of in particular, I think it's like Little Miss Rouge or Little Miss Red. It's from Orloa. It's got like the girl, she's like floating in water, but then around her are like these 2 red fish. It's really pretty. Um, so I think I might do that one and then add like a ton of special drills because it's a good size kit for me to do that. And I really want to like this year start exploring more in terms of adding more bling to my kits. So, yeah. But yeah, so I feel like I get distracted very easily. But as I was saying, Thursday that is the video that will be up and I'm really excited for it. I do still need to film my post review of Snow Globe from Make Market. That was the Christmas kit that I had completed. Have not filmed that yet. But yeah, so and hey, maybe there'll be a post review of Autumn Sunset soon. Even though right now I'm diamond painting at a snail's pace because for whatever reason, when I'm talking and diamond painting, I can't multitask. It's not a thing. When I'm not filming, I'm like boom, 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 boom. When it comes to putting down drills, I'm very quick. I'm actually impressed. But anyway. But yeah, so that's something to look forward to this Thursday. And then in terms of this weekend I have no plans. This is nice. I like that because I like it when I have, one weekend that's busy, then one weekend that's like chill. So that's nice. Maybe I'll bug my friend and we'll just do like crafting. Just have a craft day. Why are there drills everywhere? I don't know where that came from. But yeah, every time. Okay. But yeah, so that's sort of what's been going on. I'm trying to think if there's like any other updates. Nah, no, not really. Everything's like super chill. I'm like trying to avoid getting sick. All of the kids, we have like a cold or something, something. There's some type of bug that's going around my department. And because I'm in special education, and I work with individuals with disabilities, um, unfortunately, colds and flus and illness tends to, once it gets like to one person within the classroom, it sort of just travels throughout the classroom. um, and unfortunately quite a few of my students are starting to become under the weather. So I feel like it's only a matter of time before it hits me, and I'm like, please, 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 please. So I'm like constantly using hand sanitizer. It's great. My hands are very dry. It's horrible. That's probably like too much information. But anyway, but yeah, so that's what's been going on. Like I said, same old, same old. I'm going to hopefully try and finish Autumn Sunset this week. That's the goal. So stay tuned. Hopefully, maybe my next WIP'n chat, you will actually see me working on something else again. What it is will probably just be clear in the Nutcracker. It is what it is. But yeah. Um, so I did not get done as much as I had hoped. I'm just gonna finish these two little drills and then I'll move this off to the side. So this is the section that I was working on. One of the things though is that this last row, it's very confetti heavy, but I'm noticing it's a lot more line blocking. So I feel like in hindsight, it will be working up faster. Like I said, I diamond paint really slowly when I talk. But anyway, but yeah, so this is what I got done. Hopefully, I'll get done a little bit more of this section tonight because this is a much bigger section. It's sort of like one and a half of these bigger release papers. The other sections are just one release paper. So yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. But anyway, so with that being said, if you did enjoy today's WIP'n chat, that was a lot of rambling. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support does mean the world to me. Of course, if you are looking for more diamond painting content, you can find me on my Instagram at ShineBrightDiamonds2023. So until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye, everyone.